Welcome back to another video. This is a manga review. Now, this one is unfortunately like School Babysitters. It's one that I can suggest the anime, and I do highly recommend the anime. I will give warning though that it's a little bit slower paced as a slice of life, but it's one of those things where it's always a suggestion for those that are in the process of learning Japanese, probably because it's a little bit slower paced. But this is Polar Bear Cafe or Shirokuma Cafe. And what I really like about this series, because this is another one where I started out by watching the anime, and I watched the anime years ago at this point because it was about a cafe, and I am an avid coffee drinker, and so a anime that involves coffee and cafe running and things like that just they kind of do it for me. There's another anime series that I will probably get to later because it also has a manga that goes with it. But it's the same thing. Coffee, cafes. I love it because, like I said, I really kind of enjoy a lot of the slice of life. So the thing about Polar Bear Cafe is, as you can see, it is animals. And I think that is really kind of what makes this a unique series. It's the fact that you have humans and animals living in this world together. Now, what I have here is the reprint of the Polar Bear Cafe series. They have the original version, which is actually 5 books, and those are much bigger. And then there is a additional 3 books, which is the Polar Bear Cafe Today Special. I do have those. I just have not read them yet. Therefore, I haven't brought them out to review them. So when I read those, then, the plan is to read those at some point, and then I'll be able to review the Today's Special version. Now, this, it's like with, like I said, it is like with School Babysitters in that it is a lot of sort of day-to-day things. So, you have like the main character, I would say, in this would be Panda. So it would be this character here, Panda, because I think we spend a lot more time with Panda than we do with, who the series is named after, which is Polar Bear or Shirokuma. I'm sure that is by design because we're essentially exploring the world through Panda's eyes. And yeah, it's a lot more ensemble. So you do get enough of the other characters that it is quite entertaining, but you have Panda who is incredibly lazy. I mean, it is an extreme laziness. And so he essentially gets a 2 days a week part-time job at a zoo as a panda. And essentially he does nothing but, go to the job, tries to lay around at home, gets kicked out of the house, and ends up, at the cafe. So a lot of the things that happen kind of, are him, like the cast hanging out together. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say, unfortunately, when I know that the series isn't, because I did look this up, and unfortunately the series itself is not in English, but they do have a website called Bilingual Manga. So I'm assuming that, because I didn't look exactly on the site, but I am assuming that, you do have like the fan translation kind of websites that a lot of manga websites do. Yeah, I mean, that's about all that I can suggest, I mean, because I do recommend this, and I do recommend because, the stories that are in this are absolutely, I mean, they are absolutely cute. And so, Panda himself, when he goes to the zoo to do the interview, he's not sure he wants to be a panda. So essentially, he gets told, well, we do have an additional job, and essentially, you can be, a black bear or you can be a gorilla. And of course, as you can see at the bottom panel here, he's imagining himself in those roles. And, he essentially takes the job as a panda. But, yeah, I would like school babysitters, I would classify as being cute. And I would definitely say it's a lot more grounded, than Polar Bear Cafe. Like Polar Bear Cafe is very much, it is cute, but it is more like silly stories because of the character of Panda. Now you do have, I will say it is a suggest if you love coffee, because there's a whole arc of a character who decides he wants to be a coffee roaster. So if you're interested in things like coffee roasting, there is the lovely arc of, them talking about coffee beans and, finding the right coffee beans and, the roasting process and the pouring, like the brewing and the brewing and pouring process and things like that. And I did find that really fascinating. But you can find the anime, at least, on Crunchyroll, or you can find it on Crunchyroll, or however you want to find it. But it's 50 episodes, and I think the real fun thing about Slice of Life is you can kind of skip around as you want. So yeah, it's a fun read. It's not a very serious read. I know it's pretty much on a lot of suggest lists for those learning Japanese. And I think it is because the stories are relatively simple. And, if you're trying to practice the language, then it is a good read. So that is, I guess that's kind of a quick non-review, because it's not like I really said much of anything other than I like the series. But anyway, if you like this, click the like button, click the subscribe button, do the bell notifications, share this, do all of that, and I will see you on another video. Bye.